Another lie-in?
No. I was up to do the milking this morning. Jack beat me to it, though. Must have been up at the crack of dawn.
You didn't sleep too well.
Well, I'd better get out there and give him a hand. Otherwise it'll give him another excuse to bawl me out. See ya.
Do you want some tea, Annie? This is stewed. I'll make some fresh.
No, thank you. Sarah, is Jack avoiding me?
Of course not. He's just busy, you know how it is.
Seems to me he's making work for himself.
Well, it all needs doing.
He still hasn't talked to me.
I know.
Well, he can't go on like this, Sarah.
He just needs more time to think it over.
But he's had plenty of time. He can't keep on burying his head in the sand or in spare parts for the tractor. It's got to be faced.
Well, do you think he doesn't know that? He's been worrying about it ever since. That's why he's out till all hours. That's why he's working so hard. He's trying to find a solution.
Nonsense. He's working all hours to try to avoid me.
Well, what do you expect, for heaven's sake? How can he answer you?
Well, he's got to. He must.
And what do you want him to say? That he'll sell the farm?
No, of course not.
Fine. Then he won't be able to give you your share. You'll have to go without. Don't you see, Annie? That's why he's worrying about it so much. That's why he's avoiding you. He can't answer you. He doesn't know what to say.
How about this one? Toyota.
Elizabeth, we shouldn't even consider a foreign car. Flying the flag and all that.
I don't think you're considering changing the car at all.
Well, I don't see why we should. There's nothing wrong with the Spitfire.
It's cold, it's drafty, and it's unreliable.
It's fun, no?
Well, it won't be fun when the winter really turns cold and I get frostbite in the passenger seat.
There's nothing like getting behind the wheel of a sporty car. You put your foot...
Eric, it's going.
But why?
Oh, I know it's fun, flashing round Beckingdale pretending to be Nigel Mansell, but it's time to face up to the truth. You're a middle-aged married man, and we need a practical family car.
What's the romance in a five-door hatchback, eh? All these modern cars look exactly the same.
But they're reliable and warm. Look, take a look at these adverts. I'm sure there must be something we can agree on. I hope we're not going to have an argument about this.
I'll get it. Hello? Yes, that's right. Well, I'll pick her up in my lunch hour if I may, if you don't mind looking after her till then. Right, thank you very much indeed. If you give me your address. Oh, yes. Right, thanks very much indeed. I'll see you later. Bye. Tinker again. Said I'd pick her up in my lunch hour.
Yeah, so I gather. Now, about the car.
I must dash. Ought to make an early start if I'm going to take time off to go chasing the cat, eh?
Eric!
We'll talk about it later, please, right? Bye.
This farm is Jack's life, Annie. You know that.
Yes, as it was mine once.
You can't ask him to give it up.
Suppose he has no choice. Suppose he's going to lose it anyway. Wouldn't it be better to accept that now before we all go bankrupt?
But that might not happen.
That's what Elizabeth Feldman used to say, and look what happened to them.
That's different.
Is it? I don't see why. I should hate to see my family suffering the way they have.
Oh, come on, Annie. You're not saying Michael burgled Home Farm because they went bankrupt.
No, of course not. There's no excuse for what he did, but can you tell me he'd be like this if they hadn't lost the farm? If they hadn't gone on struggling for so long when everybody else knew they had no hope?
Emmerdale's not like Blackthorn. We've still got some money in the bank. Blackthorn was always a poor farm.
I know, Sarah. I know what this place means to you. Emmerdale means everything to me, too. But I should hate to see the farm drive you two apart.
It won't come to that. It's just a bad patch. We'll get through it.
Wish I could be so certain. Oh, I didn't want to do this, Sarah. I didn't want it to sound like an ultimatum. But I've got to make Jack face up to it. He can't keep on pretending it'll all turn out right in the end.
Even if it means selling the farm? Is that what you really want, Annie? Because if it is, you better tell Jack.
Morning. Morning.
Can I have some tea?
Well, yeah, if you don't mind using one of Peter's beakers. We seem to have run out of cups.
He's going to need some clean clothes, you know.
Are you volunteering to get them, then?
Not my kid. Going to need some milk as well.
I'll put it on the shopping list. I just found this lot on your bedroom floor.
Sorry.
Since the butler and the understairs maid seem to be on extended leave, do you think you could tidy up a bit in there?
Yeah, OK.
Of course, you might need a machete. And when you finished in the bathroom, could you leave the towels on the rail, not on the floor?
All right, you've made your point.
This isn't a hotel, you know. Right, who's going to help me with the washing up?
I'm glad you came back, Carol.
I'm sorry.
Oh, well, yeah, no. I've got a council meeting at lunchtime. I was worrying who was going to take over the bar.
I'm sorry, Mr. Turner. I've only come in to give you my notice.
What?
I can't work here anymore.
Oh, for heaven's sake, what am I supposed to do?
I know I should have given you more warning.
Now, Carol, I've been very fair to you. The least you could do is give me some sort of explanation.
I don't mean to keep letting you down. I just can't face anybody.
Why? What's wrong?
Oh, I think you know, Mr. Turner. Don't pretend. I'm sure everybody knows by now. I bet Lynn couldn't wait to start spreading it around.
Carol, I don't have any idea what you're talking about. We all know that something serious has happened, but... And you're quite wrong about Lynn. She hasn't said a word to me or anybody else for all I know.
Oh, no? Well, that's not the impression I get. I can't stand it anymore. I can just imagine what they're all saying.
I really cannot see why the fact that Seth thinks that you found Lorraine in the bulrushes should make you leave your job. That's better. Come on, why don't you forget it, whatever it is, and just come back to work as usual?
I can't, Mr. Turner. I really can't.
I had a phone call from that Morgan woman. Wants her son to ride out on Firefly this afternoon.
I don't think he can handle her. She's far too lively. Tell her someone else has booked her.
Right.
Put him on buttons. He's an easy ride.
His mother won't like it, though.
Don't worry, I'll talk to her. I should be back in time.
I didn't know you were going out.
I've got to see a client. Didn't I mention it?
No. When will you get back?
I don't know yet, but I'm sure you can manage. I should be back sometime after lunch.
You're the boss.
I don't know. I don't seem to understand farming anymore. It's all quotas for this and changes of use for that.
It probably makes sense if you sit in an office somewhere in the EC.
They'd rather pay us to build golf courses than grow food, even though half the world's starving. Must be getting old. None of it makes sense to me anymore.
I don't think starving children ever made sense, Annie, no matter how old you are.
I haven't got the energy to fight anymore.
Rubbish. The day Annie Sugden stops battling for her rights.
But you're ready to fight. Both of you. And Robert, he wants to stay here.
Give us our chance, Annie. Give Jack time to work it out. That's all he needs.
I know, love. Don't worry. I won't push him for an answer.
Thanks, Annie.
Well, who's looking after the bar?
Lynn. I explained to her what had happened this morning. Oh, don't worry. She didn't tell me anything. She just said that she understood how you felt, and she was glad to be of help.
There's nothing to say, Mr. Turner. I don't want to talk about it.
Carol, I haven't come here to pry, but I do think we need to talk.
I'm not changing my mind.
Well, is it enough, leaving the Woolpack?
Nothing matters to me, Mr. Turner. Only Lorraine. I won't have people gossiping about her. And if that means leaving my job, moving away...
Carol, don't you think you're making a bit of a mountain out of a molehill? And Lorraine is your daughter, but...
My Lorraine is a good girl.
Yes, I'm sure she's not a bad girl, but maybe she just needs a good hiding. Perhaps you ought to get your husband onto her.
Oh, God, Mr. Turner, stop. Stop it. You don't know what you're saying.
Carol, I didn't mean to upset you.
You don't understand. Nobody does. I don't know who to turn to.
Carol, my dear, if there's anything I can do... What is it?
It's Derek, my husband. I've just found out that while we were married, he'd been...
Carol, you don't have to tell me anything.
Yes, I do. I know you've come here with the best of intentions. But you see, he'd been abusing Lorraine.
Oh, my God. Oh, Carol.
It had been going on for years. And that's what I have to live with. I didn't know at the time, but since I found out, I just can't think of anything else. And that's why I can't face people. Especially Nick and Archie and all their jibes.
Carol, Nobody could blame you. Nobody would think it was your fault.
Oh, couldn't they? When I lie awake at night, wondering how I never knew. I never noticed what was happening to my little girl. Some kind of a mother, eh?
Carol, I just don't know what to say.
Well, that's why I can't go on working at the Woolpack, Mr. Turner.
I promise you, Carol, nobody knows. I wouldn't betray your trust, neither would Lynn.
I know that.
It won't be easy, but...
The only thing that matters to me now, Mr. Turner, is getting back my daughter's trust. I won't have people talking about her. And if that means giving up my job, leaving Beckendale, then that's what I'll do.
Carol, you don't have to leave. I'll make sure that Nick and Archie don't say any more.
How? You won't tell them this?
No, I wouldn't dream of it. But they're good lads. I'll make sure they stop.
Thanks, Mr. Turner. I don't know what else to say.
There's nothing more to say. Now, I'll expect you back at the Woolpack. But only when you're ready. I don't want to rush you. But I do think that would be for the best. And, good luck, Carol. It'll be all right. You see.
I think Kathy guessed I was coming to see you.
You won't say anything to Frank?
No, well, not yet. But I don't know for how long she'll keep quiet.
What beats me is how she found out in the first place.
She found a hotel bill. Mr. and Mrs. Kincaid. You must have dropped it. Didn't take much to put two and two together.
I'm really sorry, Kim. Stupid thing to do.
Yeah, well, there's no point crying over spilt milk. Question is, what do we do now?
Well, we were going to have to face up to this sooner or later. Someone was bound to find out.
We could stop now. I don't think Kathy'd ever say anything, and Frank need never find out.
No?
But I couldn't do it by myself. If I kept seeing you around Beckendale, well, we both know what would happen. You'd have to go away for a while.
Yeah, that's what you want. That's what I'll do.
I'm not saying I'd stop loving you. But in time, if we did happen to meet... How can I convince you when I don't even believe it myself?
So you don't want to turn back?
I can't.
Coming in for dinner?
That sounds like the best idea I've heard all day.
Jack?
No, thanks. I think I'll work through.
Do you want me to stay?
I'm quite used to coping without you, thanks.
If you want me to stay and help finish the job, that's okay by me.
No, you go and get your dinner. I'm not worried.
All right.
Stop getting at him, Jack. It's not his fault.
Yeah, I know that.
Been talking to Annie this morning.
All right. Been trying to get you on her side, was she?
Oh, for heaven's sake. Come and get your dinner and stop being such an idiot.
I'm not hungry. Send a sandwich back with Mark if you're worried.
Oh, suit yourself.
Frank mustn't find out until if I decide to tell him.
It's not going to be easy. And we still have to go on doing the same things. If we suddenly stop meeting about the hunt or the horses now, it really would look suspicious.
I don't want us to stop meeting. I just want us to be more careful.
Okay, all right, if that's the way it's got to be. I said I'd play your way.
Why do you have to do it to me now, of all times? Oh, you probably signed your own death warrant. All right, Tinker, I haven't forgotten about you. Oh.
Oh, no, it's Eric Pollard. Turn the car round.
Don't be ridiculous. He's seen us already. That really would make him suspicious.
I've had a spot of bother with the motor. I couldn't catch a lift, could I?
Yes. Yes, of course.
Just give me about, Kath.
Not just at the moment, no.
You don't know what time she's coming back, do you?
I'm, not too sure. I think she's meeting a potential client.
Ah, you don't know where. I might be able to catch up with her.
I think she said Skipdale, but I don't want to send you on a false trail.
Oh, well, never mind. I was just going to surprise her, take her to lunch.
Look, Frank, shall I tell her to give you a ring when she does get back?
Yeah, that's a good idea. We can always eat a bit later. Thanks, Kath.
I hate to say it, but it serves you right.
It's not funny being stranded by the roadside, you know.
Quite, and I don't want it to happen to me this winter. Look, I'm sorry, Eric, but you've got no choice. That car has got to go.
Well, worth thinking about, I suppose.
Eric, it's clapped out, as well as being drafty and uncomfortable.
I don't think you could pretend that the car is the only villain of this tale.
Oh, no. The driver's got a lot to answer for, too.
That's not what I mean.
What you doing?
Well, if this cat doesn't have our telephone number on it, it'll have to find its own way back in the future, won't it?
As long as she doesn't have to rely on your car, I'm sure she's more than capable.
Very droll, Elizabeth. Very droll. Better get back to work. Can you call Alan and see if we can borrow the Range Rover so he can give me a lift?
Sorry. I promised Archie I'd babysit Alice. He'll be dropping her over soon.
But there won't be a bus for ages. I want to get a taxi.
Oh, like I keep saying, Eric, it really would be better to have a reliable car, wouldn't it?
I've been looking for you, Kim. Kathy said you've been out meeting some clients.
Oh, yes, I was introducing her to a new member of the hunt. He's trying to find someone local to stable his horses.
Yes, he should be a good customer.
We would have been back sooner, but we bumped into Eric Pollard. He's having a spot of bother with his car.
He's worried that Elizabeth's going to make him pension the old Spitfire off.
Oh. Better be going, I suppose.
Thanks for the introduction.
You seem to be doing Kim's business a power of good, Neil.
Oh, my pleasure. Bye now.
Bye.
I was hoping to surprise you.
Oh, do you miss me? I'd have liked that.
Never mind. There'll be plenty of other times.
Don't often see you two in here.
Oh, the course is going really well, so we thought we'd have a bit of a celebration.
Oh, I'll put some lemon in the mineral water then, shall I? Really push the boat out.
Oh, I don't know, I could stand that much excitement. Come on. There you go. I fixed myself up with a date today. I thought you're supposed to be learning about childcare, aren't you? I am. So is she. So we've got a lot to talk about. You'd like her. Like you, single parent, but she's divorced. Oh, yeah? Yeah, we both thought the same thing. Looking after one kid, you might as well look after more, turn it into a business. Makes sense, doesn't it?
But is it the business you're interested in, or is it the girl?
There's not wrong with a bit of both, is there?
No, I suppose not. It's probably me. I'm probably just jealous. Sounds like you're having a lot more fun than I am anyway. Stuck in a potting shed up at home farm.
Oh, another stranger. What can I get you, Kathy?
Oh, a dry white wine, please. No, Chris is out for the evening, so I thought I'd take the chance to come in for a good old gossip.
Oh, sounds good to me. We haven't done that in ages.
So how's it all going? I see Lorraine still hasn't moved out. Cheers.
She's getting a bit of a pain, actually. Leaves the place in a hell of a mess.
Well, it beats me. Why don't just tell her to go home? I thought you had enough on your plate coping with Michael.
Maybe I can't.
I don't see why you
I'm sorry, Kathy. I really can't talk about it, all right?
Fair enough. Look, there's something else I wanted to ask you anyway. I'm in a bit of an awkward situation. I'd appreciate your advice.
Jack? 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 Aren't you coming in?
I thought I'd finish this first.
That's what you said last time. You don't seem to have made much progress.
Well, it's taken a bit longer than I thought.
And with a bit of luck, Annie will have gone to bed by the time you come in.
Don't start that again.
How long can you keep this up, Jack?
I'll be in when I'm ready.
And I've got a feeling Annie will still be there, waiting for you.
The problem is, my friend thinks... Kathy, I haven't got the faintest idea what you're talking about. Sorry, I'm not making myself very clear, am I? You sound like one of those problem pages in teen magazines. My friend fancies a married man. We all know what that means. You're not having an affair, are you, Kathy?
No, of course not. But I know someone who is.
Ah, now we're getting to it. I suppose I'm not allowed to ask for names.
I give him my word I won't say anything.
I won't push it then. Mind you, it's not hard to work out. I mean, who do you work with every day who might need you to cover for them?
You can't go jumping to conclusions, Lynn.
Oh, no. Of course not. I'm sure I'm wrong.
I don't know what to do. I don't want to lie to my friend's husband, but I don't want to drop her in it either. I just wish I'd never found out.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
What would you do if you and me?
Seems to me you haven't got a lot of choice. You've just got to sit tight, keep your fingers crossed, and hope the whole thing blows over. Because if it doesn't, things are going to get a lot worse.
Yeah, I know.
The way I see it, Kip, your friend has to work this one out for herself. But if you ever need any help or just to talk, I'm always here.
Yeah, thanks.
Ma? Come on, Ma, it's past your bedtime.
Oh, Jack.
Who were you expecting?
I was waiting up for you. Must have dropped off.
Well, you going up to bed? I'll bring you some cocoa if you like.
You can't keep avoiding me forever, Jack.
Oh, it's just that I've been busy, that's all.
Well, work's over for now. There's nothing to stop us talking.
Well, there's nothing to talk about. I've got nothing to say. It's not fair, Ma.
I just want to sit down and talk things over, that's all.
It's blackmail. That's what it is, and I won't have it.
All right, Jack. I can't make you talk to me. But you're going to have to sooner or later. You can't keep on hiding in the barn